it's Lynne from Homestead Oz, and today we will be making milk kefir. I say kefir, some people say kefir. I don't know which way is the right way, but that's how I say it here in Australia. With milk kefir, it's a fantastic thing because it's so full of probiotics and it's a detoxer. It's fantastic for depression, people that are depressed, because it's full of serotonin. One of the biggest benefits of milk kefir is that it heals the intestines, the bowels. People have leaky guts. It's, as I said before with the apple cider vinegar, it also does the same thing. It heals kidneys, it deacidifies the blood. It's an all-rounder really, because it actually gives you collagen. A lot of people have bone broth and they don't realise in milk kefir there is actually a lot of collagen or collagen in milk kefir as well. I bought my grains off eBay and they've grown. I just bought, probably 2 years ago, I bought about 3 tablespoons. And now they've grown to that much. Mine don't multiply a lot compared to a lot of people. I don't know whether it's my climate or what it is, but you can buy them on eBay for around $6 to $10 for a couple of teaspoons, or some people sell them as tablespoons, and then you're ready to go. The milk I use, a lot of people started off using raw milk, but now in Australia here we can't use raw milk. We can't purchase raw milk unless you milk your own cow. So, and I'm on the farm and I don't go to the supermarket all the time. It's half an hour away, and I just don't go into town very often because I have all my jobs on the farm to do. So I use powdered milk today, and I use powdered milk often. I have not seen any difference with using powdered milk, but I have seen that the raw milk, when I did get it, was excellent, and it made it creamier, thicker. Just unpasteurised was better. Depends on whether you can get it or whether you agree with that. But normal supermarket fresh milk in the cartons will do the job. Just the ones that you buy that's long life, apparently that doesn't work so good. I have tried it, it did work, but apparently it can fail. So with the milk kefir, another thing that it's really good for is building bone density. So I'm 53, I'm really keen on getting my bone density up and keeping my bones healthy, no osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis I've already had. So I'm trying to improve my joints with the collagen or collagen that they have in it, and I also want to, so much calcium in there, I want to build my bone density up. All around, you'll start feeling so much healthier with milk kefir. And so here we go. I'm going to start showing you how to make it. It's so simple, just like the apple cider vinegar, simple. Now they do say 1/4 of a cup of milk, of the milk kefir grains to 2.5 cups of milk. Now this is what I just do. I usually break 2/3 of my glass here into this jar I have here, and the other third goes into this one. But the usual regulation is, and I'll have the recipe up, is 1/4 of a cup of milk kefir grains to 2.5 cups of milk. Now my milk is room temperature, it's been out for a few hours, and with the recipe it actually has to go either 12 to 24 hours depending on, it's warm here today, as you can see I've got a t-shirt on, but 12 to 24 hours to actually set. I call it setting. Most people say it's actually getting all the probiotics all the way through. I will do another video tomorrow and you will see how you can tell when it's ready to use, and then I'll show you how I actually prepare it to then use. I have coffee filters, I sometimes filter it to make it thicker. You'll see that in the next video. But today we will be just adding the grains, which if you can see the grains, they just look like cauliflower to me. So I pop them in. 2/3 of this I use, so 1/4 of a cup of milk kefir grains to 2.5 cups of milk. Now nearly there. And I store this in the fridge when I'm not using it. I just add fresh milk to it or powdered milk to it and put it in the fridge, and then next time I want it I take it out for a few hours, let it sit in room temperature, and then we're ready to go. I think I'll put a little bit more in this one. I haven't failed one batch yet. Yeah, some batches are different, they're thinner than others, but it's a no-fail thing. So I'll pop that all in there. A whole lot. I try and get every grain out because every grain does its work. It starts eating all the lactose, the sugar in the milk, and it starts to create up to 29 different types, no, up to 61 different types of bacteria actually. But on average it's 29 different types of good bacteria compared to yogurt, that yogurt only has actually lactobacillus, or it has, I can't remember the other one, but it only has usually only 1 or 2 bacteria that are actually helping you. You're looking here an average of 29, and it can get up to 61 different types of bacteria and yeast that are beneficial to your body. So I'm just stirring it. It's room temperature, it's lukewarm, it's quite warm actually. And I stir that, and that's all I do. I just put a tea towel over the top. I put it in the lounge room. In the winter time I put it in the lounge room near my fire. My fire's not going at the moment, but the room temperature here would be probably, Australian temperatures would be probably 21 degrees at the moment. That will work overnight, start to eat all the milk, and eat in the morning or maybe lunchtime depending on the overnight temperatures. It will be ready for me to do the next process. So there's your milk kefir, stage 1. So this is part 2 of the milk kefir video. Now what you'll see here is that one has a whole heap of whey down the bottom. This one here doesn't. This one I added, as you saw, more milk kefir grains, and that's what does happen sometimes. I like that because my son-in-law loves the whey because it's great protein. I use the whey to make fermented vegetables, but I also added some cream into this one later, which makes it digest a lot faster, just to show you the difference. There's nothing wrong with either. So this one here, you can see, I can tell it's finished because it's bubbling on the top. I don't know whether you can see the bubbles on the top. Sometimes you will get the separation of whey. That one's ready. That one won't be as creamy as this one because I'm going to strain it in a minute and take off that whey. That whey will go down to the bottom of the bowl, and this one here I won't bother straining today. I might strain that one tomorrow, let it go a little bit more because it will separate and thicken. But this is the way I do it. There's plenty of ways to do it, but I just like to get a nice thick creamy milk kefir, which now that's just like sour cream basically. It's really thick and yummy. Once I separate it, put it in the coffee filter, it will just get even more creamier. Plus I need to get the milk kefir grains out again. See the bubbles on the top? Sorry about the camera work, guys. See the bubbles on the top? That is good bacteria that's going to help your health. Now what I'm going to show you now is, this was the thicker one that I've left the milk kefir grains in. And here's an alternative. You can, and the whey is coming down the bottom, you can see that. Excuse my beetroot fingers, guys. I've been doing beetroot. And here is one I've just put without a coffee filter, put it straight in the strainer, and I'll just get the spoon and I'll show you. As you stir this, you'll see all the milk kefir grains, they're coming out. So there's 2 ways of doing it. You can either put in the coffee filter first and then sort out the milk kefir grains later, or you can do it straight like this. This hasn't separated the whey, remember, so now you've got all these beautiful milk kefir grains sitting here. right there, they're ready to go. Back in the jar, have fresh milk on them. See how healthy they are, they're so healthy. Whereas this one here has got some milk, as you can see the lumps, there's the Milk Kefir grains, but that is now ready for me. That's gone down about, I'd say it's gone down about 3 centimeters now. And I'm ready now to take that and separate the Milk Kefir grains in that. Basically, I've emptied that jar into that bowl, and now I'm ready to put a coffee filter into that bowl and strain the whey out of it. Long-winded, guys, sorry, but it's very, very, very simple, very simple. And there's the thick version, which I've still got some to do there. There's the whey down the bottom. Basically, that's it. All you've got to do is put it in a jar, and you can leave it out for another 12 hours to ferment even more, or just pop it straight in the fridge. That's it, guys. See you soon.